Creed star Michael B. Jordan recently spoke out on relationships in an interview with GQ, saying that at his age, he is focusing on his career before a relationship. Michael said, "I try and be focused. I told myself at a young age, once I kind of saw this momentum that I would sacrifice all my 20s to my work." He also said a lot of the women didn't agree with his choice. And when that happens, a man can feel rushed. So Jeannie, have you ever rushed a guy into a relationship when he wasn't ready?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I have, because I love love and I love flirting and I love like the dating stage and all the things that happen after you like somebody and what happens between, you know, getting to boyfriend stage.
I think rushing men does nothing but make them resent you.
Yes,
Wait,
today.
hold up.
Well, no,
Can you explain to me how
Yeah.
you rush a man into a relationship?
I don't know, because I don't know no men that do things that they don't want to do.
Thank
You could
you.
barely get them to do the things they do want to
Thank
do.
you. Come on,
Yes.
come on, come on,
But
somebody.
I don't know what rushing,
Come on.
how that works.
There are a lot of
Is
women.
Russian asking them, okay, where we going with this?
No, that's
Is that
DTR.
Russian?
That's defining the relationship. That's important.
Well, what's
well,
Russian?
then how do you rush a man
Yeah, I
into
don't
a
know how to do
relationship?
that.
Some women start doing this about the ring
That is
like
true.
6 months in because they're just in their late 30s and they really want to rush to the altar.
Well,
I know a lot
So
of
they
friends.
manipulate things to move quicker. I know I've kind of, I didn't rush a guy, but I wanted to change a guy. I know sometimes a lot of women do that.
oh, yeah,
like,
we
always
like
do that.
makeover men.
yeah, like you guys heard of missionary dating. It's like when you're a Christian and then you date a non. You've never heard of
I
that?
ain't never heard no missionary dating. What
you
else?
tell.
You don't know what that
No, I
is?
didn't
Where you
say
try to
those.
get a
It's
man
about
saved.
Where
being
you try to
yoked.
get a man, you know, equally yoked, where you try to get a man to go to church,
Yes.
but he doesn't want to have anything to do with church. So I remember doing that,
Missionary.
and we called it missionary dating. You know, because you're a missionary.
mission.
You're on a mission to get him to be
Saved,
a Christian,
so
saved,
you
to go
can,
to church.
So you can be with him.
Yes, don't do that,
Oh,
please.
wow, no.
Don't do that. It
Don't.
is rough.
It's not real.
It's not worth it. You always just end up crying.
He
at the end.
backslides, huh?
Well, no, and it just never works out because
Missionary
initially, like you
dating.
said, they take it out on you. They're like, I didn't even want to do this anyway, and then you're constantly like
I ain't want to
teaching.
get saved.
Right, that's teaching.
That's the worst thing. You definitely
You're
never want to
preaching
hear
most of
that.
the time instead of really enjoying
But
your
every
relationship.
girl
I
does
think
that
every
because-
girl has done that.
Excuse me,
kind
what
of.
you mean you're preaching all the time instead of enjoying your
Like,
relationship?
Meaning, you're like, oh my gosh, have you heard of Jesus? Jesus loves you. Like that.
You pulling out Bible quotes
Putting
all
out
the
Bible
time.
quotes, you know.
Yeah.
Or like, have you ever taken a man to church just to feel out like how comfortable he is with his spirituality? So you're up there and
Yeah,
you're praising
raising
and
your
worshiping,
hands.
and then you got your
Samara?
eye open to check out if he's
You-
comfortable with all this. Like, are you down with the Lord?
Right?
Are you down?
Because I have never, and my father and my mother,
Yes.
were pastors of their own church, and I have never heard of missionary dating.
You never heard
You
of that?
are a legend. I have never, no, for real. That
We
is
did it all the time.
amazing.
No, a lot of my Christian friends, because we couldn't find any Christian men in church,
That's
so
a
we would
very-
try
Try to convert 'em.
We
Yeah.
try to convert
That's
them
a very
in.
You
real
go to
example of
single
rushing.
ministry and ain't nothing but women there, so
Yes.
you go out and find some men.
Especially when you're like 16,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
But
you
when
take
Take
18.
that, mix that with door-to-door ministry, it's phenomenal. Knock on the door.
Jehovah's Witness.
When you were talking about what are we doing? Where are we at with this? What do you feel would be rushing? How long into the relationship would be rushing to ask that question? And when is it like,
So is it rushing that, okay, when me and Vince got engaged,
yeah.
in my opinion, we was engaged a little too long, and I
Okay.
had bought out the calendar. I was like, boo, you got to December 31st. You can pick any date until
Yeah,
December
that's-
31st. That's rushing.
That is,
No.
Yeah,
no,
he has.
that's classic, standard textbook, because he necessarily wasn't ready, but he loved you
So
enough
what he
that
asked
he
me
did it.
for?
Right.
Because
That's
he
true.
was gonna lose you. And that's the payoff. That's like, okay, do I really love her or do I don't? And Michael B. Jordan is saying, I want my career more than I want this person.
So he just wanna kick it.
Yeah, he
Well,
just
say
wanna
that.
kick it. Yeah.
I felt rushed in a relationship before.
Say it.
You guys have never felt rushed in a relationship before where a guy
No.
says, I love you too soon?
Yes, I had a guy
Yeah.
that wanted to. He had the wedding colors picked out and all that.
gosh.
Dude, no, that you when you rush too much, you can scare the person
So
off.
what you say when
yes.
a dude say I love you way too soon?
Ooh,
Thank you.
I get out the bed and go home.